Hello and good morning, and thank you for joining me here in my shop. It is November 6th today, and today what I'm going to be doing is assessing the operation of this radio, checking its alignment to see if any adjustment is needed. And the last couple times I've operated this radio, I've been quite impressed with its function. So it could be the case that it's aligned well enough and should be left alone. So I might discover that too. So the first thing we want to do is tune in the station and then check the local oscillator frequency and see if it isn't the proper distance away, which for this radio I think it's 460, but you know what, I don't even know. So I'm going to check that first, and then we'll get on with actually testing out the radio, see how well it's working now. Okay, so you can see the SDR output on the top of the screen, and that's coming from this little coil here, which I'm going to position somewhere in the radio to pick up the local oscillator, which I'm pretty sure I could do just about anywhere. I'm going to stick it right in here. We'll see what happens. The radio's not operating right now. The front panel would be lit up if it was. So go volume down. And I'm not sure which band we're on. We're on the left band. We'll know quickly what it is, and I've got this connected to the outdoor antenna. Right. There we go. Powered on. So the objective here is tune in the station, know the frequency, see the local oscillator up on the screen, up above, and then look at the difference. The difference should be 460 kilohertz if everything's working properly. Let's try this way. And we're off to a bad start. I don't think I had the antenna switched on to it. There. Okay, we can try this station right here. So this is 640 kilocycles. Now, up on the SDR, what do we see? You have to tune the radio a bit and watch the SDR and see what's moving. Okay, so you can see something moving back and forth. In fact, it's parking itself right under another signal, which doesn't matter. As long as we know which one it is. It's right around 1100. Let's tune in.
The cores and breathe fresh air with Lozon Pure Genius technology. Visit our showroom in Peterborough and discover Lozon.
Okay, that's got to be tuned dead on right there. 640. Frequency of the local oscillator is 1100, or slightly less. 1100. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of arithmetic here. I'm too stupid to do it in my head. We'll do it in the calculator here. So we're listening to 640 and 1100. So we'll take 1100 and we're going to subtract from it 640. Subtract from it 640 is a lousy calculator. We get 460. Can you see it there? Where? 460. Dead on the money. So the IF appears to be tuned perfectly correct. Perfectly correct. Okay. We'll try this up at another end now. See what we can pick up here. Anybody up here? Too much noise. Yeah, too much noise.
La Maison Blanche. Oui. Est-ce que vous avez fait un party avec vos collègues scientifiques? Comment ça marche quand on a fait?
Can't imagine it would come out any different. This is 860. Take 860 and add 460, you get 1320. So there should be a local oscillator at 1320 on the SDR, which I was not looking at. 1320 is right about here. So there's something just off 1320. Let's just tune a little bit. Yeah, you can see. So now I have the station probably tuned in better. Yeah. So, okay, so no need to do anything with the IF tuning in this radio. It's just fine. Now, the sensitivity of the radio is great too. So why would I fiddle with any of that? No reason to. There's just no reason to fiddle around. Everything you do comes with some amount of risk, and this radio is working really great, and I just don't want to risk it. Can I make it work better? You know, I doubt it. I doubt it very much. I think this thing is really performing. But we need to check it on shortwave now. So let's try that. Shortwave. Okay. So much noise. Why so much noise? So we're way down here. This is a noisy area anyway. We probably can't pick anything up with this radio at this time of day. So if I'm going to judge its sensitivity, I'm going to have to do it a different way. It's not going to pick up anything down here. Not at this time of day. Not even late at night. Late at night, up at this end here, just in this area. Maybe down to the 5. Just in here. You can see some of the black bars. They've marked the bands, but these would be a little bit out of date. The bands are probably a little bigger than they're showing here, or so. But this is the area to listen in around here. The rest of it, no, there's nothing down here. Not in North America, not ever. Okay, I need to supply the known frequency, shortwave frequency, and then see what it shows on the screen here on the dial. Maybe there's an adjustment worthy there. Okay, so we're going to do that. We'll do that next. In fact, I'm just going to keep right on going. Why stop? Why stop? Okay, so I'm turning on the signal generator back here, and we're going to bring out the feed from there. Disconnect the outdoor antenna. A lot of noise went away there when I did that. Okay, having fun. Don't know what all that means, but okay. Then we'll put the signal generator in here. Okay, so we're dialed in. This is shortwave. We'll dial in around 4 to start with. Around 4 megahertz. Just ignore the SDR for now. We'll dial up to 4 up here. 4. This is a weak signal. Okay, I don't think it heard it. Give it a little more. 3.9. So let me dial this up really accurately now. I'm getting right down here. Actually was a little bit low. That looks like it's pointing right on 4 now to me. I mean, you've got a parallax thing happening there. Let's try this again. Very close. 3.9. So what we'll do is we'll set this to 4. Okay, so there's 4 megahertz, and now we'll find it on here. So if you were looking for a station, oops, down here. If you're looking for a station at 4 megahertz, would you find it? That's the question. So you set the pointer to 4, then you go hunting. And there it is. So it's just a couple needle widths away, if even a couple. So this, again, this is really quite good in terms of accuracy. Now let's just go down here to, let me put this right on 6. You usually hear a signal on 6 megahertz coming from Cuba, but not during the day like this. Okay, it's on 6. I just realized we're doing all this with the dim bulbs in, the low supply voltage. Well, we'll see the effect of that in a second. So this is 6, so now we'll dial up 6 here. Oh, not that way. Let me see. 5.7, but wait. So I'm looking for an image response. Nope. Okay, so that's where it is. So we'll ask the same question. If you wanted to tune in 6, we'll send the radio as 6 here, 6 megahertz signal. How far away is it on the dial? Now, considering the eyeball parallax error on this radio is really great. The pointer's sticking out quite a ways from the plastic. Your ability to tune in a specific frequency is really restricted. It's a very squeezed band here too. The distance from, let's say, 7.0 to 6.0 is very, very small. Like if you look over here, the distance from 3 to 4 is this. But from here, 6 to 7 is a little tiny thing. There's going to be no precision in the tuning. So this is definitely a hunt and listen radio. So how high can you go? So we would want to go, how high is this? Wow, I don't know what they did here. It looks like the scale just goes crazy at that point. But let's see what frequency that is. That should be up around 8, 8.5 maybe. Let's see. 7.1. Interesting, eh? They stretch this way out here. 7.1. Now let's just make sure there isn't another. No. So this will get you all the way to 7.1, this radio. But in fact, there's international broadcasting occurring at 7.3, just a little bit higher yet. If we could turn this back a little bit by changing the tuning, you have a better chance at picking up a short wave. There's basically going to be 3 places you can pick up short wave on here. And, around the 5, but it's not much. Around the 6, there's quite a bit. And around the 7, you're going to get ham radio stuff and shortwave stuff together. Ham radio stuff's not reproduced by this radio very well. It's not designed for it. But it looks like the shortwave stuff is just beyond the range of the pointer, so I could probably crank this back a bit. It would make it inaccurate. But who's looking in a book, finding a frequency, and then trying to dial it up? Nobody's going to do that with this radio. People are going to turn it on and see what they can find. So I can help them find more if I just rotate this back a little bit. So let's see how we can change the local oscillator frequency for the short wave band on this radio. That's what we got to figure out. Okay, well, a little bit surprising, but looking through the instructions for how to do the alignment, and I got down to this part down here. No adjustments are required on the short wave bands. That's the end of it. There is no oscillator adjustments or anything for the short wave band. Everything is on the broadcast band. The broadcast band is working perfectly fine. So no adjustments needed to this radio at all. Fantastic. well, we have one last little experiment to do here. So let's do that. I'll just leave that on the screen there. So what we want to find out is, since I've been doing or studying this with the dim bulbs in place and the radio only operating with 90 volts, perhaps if I give it full voltage, everything's going to shift a bit. So let's check that. Best way, I think, is to tune in. Oh, I got to put the antenna back on. Well, you know what? We can do this with change my mind. Finish the sentence. Who needs to finish the sentence? Let's put this on 4 megahertz. Doesn't have to be terribly accurate. And now I'll adjust the signal generator also to 4. Okay, make sure the radio is tuned right on. Like that. Now, question is, will this change at all when I give it the full voltage? So here we go with the full voltage. Got a little more volume. And it did drift ever so slightly. Let's check. But it's like half the width of the needle here, so it's not important again. Wonderful. Okay, let's see. I've got another objective, and that's to get four matching knobs for this radio, because the knobs it has, they're nice looking in that, but they're broken up in behind here. You can see. So do I have 4 lovely knobs, and these are screw-on types. These ones, anyway. Let me take it off here. Which is probably why it's broken, from the too large a screwdriver being used in the hole there. So this is meant to go on a round shaft. These shafts all have flats. This is probably not the original knob, but then it probably is. Okay, get some knobs and see what I can do with that. After rummaging through my my surprisingly large collection of knobs, this is what I found that I think is going to work. This is the original, and I have 4 like this. They all look the same. I'm pretty sure they're going to fit, he says, without having tried one. Some burrs on it. Let's try this one here. So it goes right on there. Goes right on there. Goes right on there, and then this last one. So a little bit of filing and sandpaper, and there's just some burrs on it here. So that's what it would look like. And I really don't have any other. I got this style here. Let's see if these would work too. I think these don't have a screw though. This one's a little different than what I thought I was grabbing. Don't know how many of these I have. I have quite a few of these. So they're both looking for the flat. Not going to work. Yeah, this looks like it's too big a shaft. Yeah, it's not going to work. These aren't going to work. The screw-on ones are going to go better. So I think that's it. That's what I can do. Nice kind of a goldy color inside it. Okay, I'll fix this up here. Sometimes when you tighten down a screw on one of these things, it'll dig up a burr, and I think that's what's happened here. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so we have the set of knobs there. Hopefully that looks okay on the radio. Very good. Now there's one more thing I have to do. Oops. And that's find some screws for the antenna at the back. The original antenna screws are missing. Now a lot of these radios you cannot back those screws all the way out like this. And let me unplug this. I don't think we're going to be operating this radio again. Let's come back here. Gotta find some screws for that. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. Well, I think that was the easiest screw hunt I've ever been on. First two screws I picked fit perfectly. So there we are. Tennis screws. And good. We're done. So thanks so much for watching. And something else is going to be on my bench next. I'm not sure what. And you have a great day, because I'm going to have a great day. I'm always happy when a project gets done successfully. It's a great feeling. So thanks a lot for watching the whole series, and we'll see what comes next. Ciao.